What's up, everyone out in the World Wide Web? My name is Jesse, and today we are talking about round and flat characters. Now, this is part 2 of a 2-part series. I do another video where I do dynamic and static characters around here. See the link somewhere around here. To start off with, what does it mean to have a round character? Let's define round first. Now, this is not the shape, but the sense that the character is well-rounded. As defined by Google, it's fully or broadly developed, such as having a broad educational background or comprehensiveness. Like a sphere, a round character is three-dimensional, having complexity, history, and multiple facets. Round characters can feel like real people, which can help the audience connect with them. The better the roundness, the more the audience is likely to care about the character's fears, failures, goals, and triumphs. Here's some examples of some round characters. First off is Severus Snape. Throughout the entire Harry Potter series, Snape is seen as simply a mean, potentially evil character. But as the story unfolds, you realize that there is a lot more to Snape than what first meets the eye.
You've been raising him like a pig for slaughter.
Don't tell me now that you've grown to care for the boy. Really? After all this time?
Always.
It's this complexity and backstory that makes us feel for him in the end. Another example of a round character is Darth Vader, probably the most iconic sci-fi villain of our time. In A New Hope, the original Star Wars, Darth Vader seems to be a typical villain, but in The Empire Strikes Back, the next movie, he reveals that he was Luke's father and used to be a Jedi.
If you only knew the power of the dark side, Obi-Wan never told you what happened to your father.
He told me enough. He told me you killed him.
No, I am your father.
The prequels show Darth Vader's backstory, giving him depth and roundness, which in my opinion gives a valid point to the prequels. When creating round characters, here are some things to keep in mind. First, a character's choices reveal their motivations. The more difficult a choice, the more it reveals that character. Next is to realize that characters will always choose what they perceive as right. Now, this may be twisted and or strange thinking, but a round character will do what they think is right.
I have failed you, Anakin. I have failed you. I should have known the Jedi were plotting to take over. Anakin, Chancellor Palpatine is evil. From my point of view, the Jedi are evil. Well, then you are lost!
Next to keep in mind, there must always be a conflict for the character to deal with. Next to keep in mind is a round character should be dynamic and evolve with their situations. Now, the opposite of a round character is a flat character. Let's define flat. According to Google, lacking interest or emotion, dull, and lifeless. A flat character will have little to no dimension. If a round character is like a sphere, then a flat character is more like a canvas that is what you see is what you get. On to some examples. Some examples would be Hansel and Gretel. This curious pair fills a fairy tale meant to entertain and to teach children a moral lesson. Another example would be the bad guy from Avatar.
You think you're one of them? Time to wake up.
Hi, I'm the villain. Want to know how I got this scar? Ah, kill the forest! Ah! Now, this is not to say that flat characters are bad necessarily in all situations. However, they do lack the capability for people to connect with them, so they should be used sparingly and on the peripheral, never the main character. Flat characters tend to be villains, while the heroes tend to be more rounded, but not always. Now, in my humble opinion, a villain should never be flat. If a villain is flat, the plot is boring. So make sure that the villain is rounded, that has a character, has multiple facets. Unless, of course, this is an allegory and every character's flat, in which case it doesn't really matter. Now, both the hero and the villain should almost always be round. Now, just keep those in mind. Remember, a flat character is to be used sparingly. If it's used too much, it's not going to be any good. And most of the characters, the main characters, should always be round. They need to have multiple facets to them to help the audience connect with them. And those are my thoughts on round and flat characters. And if you have any thoughts on that, leave your comment below. I did get a lot of my ideas from the website Masterclass. Not a sponsor, but I do have a link in the description if you're interested. Go ahead and check that out. Now go ahead and like this video. I really appreciate it. And subscribe for further videos. And I hope you have a great day. And remember, it's not what you watch, but how you watch it that makes you a scholar. Goodbye, everybody. Do you like my ending? If you like my ending, like it. Like the video. Yeah.